Welcome to our tutorial on how to integrate your baptism Google Sheet where you keep all your data with your form stack to keep an automated streamlined system. The goal of this is to make sure at the end of this that you can have an easier system for your volunteers to manage. If you have a baptism coordinator who runs your follow-up, this will make their life so much easier because it'll automate things to the point where you don't have to do much work to keep up with the back end, which is something that we all have a lot of time to do with. So how we're going to start here is, as you can see, I am on my form stack. What you want to do is go to settings when you get to your actual baptism form stack that you collect the data, the go-to link that people go to submit their interest in being baptized. You're going to click on that. You're going to go over to settings. And then once you do that, you're going to see a few things pop up. You're going to see integrations. And under integrations, you're going to see Google Sheets and HubSpot. Go ahead and click on Google Sheets here. And then we're going to hop over to Google Sheets here. As you see, I've created a Google Sheet called Baptism Test. And my columns here, you can see first name, last name, phone, email, etc. This is the way we like to have this data organized. You may want it a little bit different, and that's totally okay, as you'll be able to see in this. This is just the way we have it set up. So the first thing you're going to need to do is actually create a Google Sheet for the data to go. And as you do that, and after you've done that, you're going to go back to your form stack here. Because the first thing it's going to ask you to do is it's going to ask you to log in to Google Sheets. And as you can see, I'm already logged in, so that step is there. But you're going to go ahead and need to log in through FormStack so it can go through all your Google Drive worksheets and see which one you'd like to use for the data to go to. And as you can see here, the run mode is currently off because you need to actually set everything up first before you can do the actual run mode. As we go down here to integration settings, what we're going to do here under spreadsheet is we're going to have to pick out which spreadsheet we'd like to go to, all this data to go to. So we're going to go ahead and pick baptism test because that is the name of the sheet that I've created. Yours might be called baptism or whatever. You're going to go ahead and select that one. And here it's going to go under worksheet. It's going to ask you to select a few things. It's going to ask you where you'd like all this data to go to. And as you can come over here, you can see I have a few different tabs, master, confirm. We'll go over why we have those different tabs. But the master list is where we're going to want all our data to go. So as we go here to worksheet, it's going to ask us that where we'd like our data. We're going to go ahead and put the master sheet. And what it's going to do now is it's going to take all of your columns that you've made, first name, last name, phone number, email, etc. It's going to put it here on the left side. And on the right side, it's going to have drop-down things. So it'll ask you what you want to be put in each of those columns. So if we go to our actual form stack where people sign up for baptism, you're going to see that we have first name, last name, phone, email, address, etc. Pretty basic things, t-shirt size, what service time, and that's how we set up our Google Sheet. So under first name, you're going to look and you're going to go, okay, the name of the person being baptized, I'd like the first name to go in the first column. Makes sense, right? Same thing with last, and then the phone and the email. Service time is which service time they pick. AYK for us is adult, youth, or kid. We just like to keep track of that. So under us, we'll put the baptism participant is, because if we go back to our form stack, we'll see the baptism participant is this age, or this age. Now when we go back here, we're going to put our t-shirt size so we know what t-shirts and keep track of that. The t-shirt size here. And then when we go to this confirm, we're going to leave that. I'll show you what that means in a little bit. The photo release agreement is something that we're going to put in there because if they agree to their picture being approved, we can make sure that's noted on our baptism sheet so we can know who we need to still sign the photo release form before the day. Who is baptizing? If they want someone specific to baptize them, we like to put that in the column just so we can kind of keep track of that. So yeah, after you put those things in, if those are all the columns you're looking to track data for, you can be able to go up here and it'll tell you that you can put the run mode on, and you can click run mode and it'll automatically save for you, and then you are good to go. So let me show you what we just did. What is the outcome of all of that? So if we go to our baptism go to link here, where people actually sign up, we're going to go ahead and fake sign up for baptism. And thank you to Google Autofill that it'll take super quick. So you see I put my name, my last name, my phone, etc., my address. I'm going to go ahead and rock that adult 4X. And then I'm going to put, I want to be the Saturday at 4 o'clock service. I'm above the age of 18. I do agree to the photo release form, and I don't need anyone specific to baptize me. And yeah, and then we submit it. And what we're going to see, as if you can remember, there was nothing on that sheet. And just like magic, boom, there it is. It pops up. My name, my last name, my phone, email, etc. All the information that we wanted is there. So this is now automated. So every time someone signs up using your go-to link, it will automatically show up in this sheet, just like that in that format. So it's very easy for a baptism coordinator to manage this because they can just check this every now and then and just see who hasn't been confirmed and see the new people that have signed up and just go from there. To take it a step further from here, we like to take this data and then transfer it to which service they actually want to go to. Because something we found as a hard time is to copy and paste all this data, sort the sheet, and then copy it all to different tabs for the different services. So as you can see in column E, we have service time, and it says my specific service time that I signed up for. Down here, we have a tab for each service time that we have. So now if we go to the Saturday at 4 o'clock, you're going to go ahead and see my name and information there. And how did that happen? Because you didn't see me type anything in. Well, what we did here in this A1 column is we put a formula to take that data from the master sheet and bring it over to this certain tab because I signed up for that certain service time. And I'm going to show you how to do that. As you can see the formula up here, it looks very long and it looks kind of daunting, but I promise you it's not that difficult. We're going to go through step by step which each part means. So if your Google Sheet looks a little different than mine, you're going to have to adjust this based on your columns, etc. So the first thing you're going to put always in your A1 column is equals query. Essentially what the query formula is it's telling the master sheet that it is going to pull data based on certain specifications that you put. And you're going to go ahead and put a parentheses here. And the reason why the word master here is because our master sheet is labeled master. And what we're telling it is we'd like you to take the data from that tab, the master tab. And what you're going to see right here is our range. Meaning this is where all of our data is. This is where you should search for the data for the formula to be complete. So column A through column K is where we want them searching for everything. And then we're going to put the comma to separate the rule because we're about to put in the specifications of when to pull it. So we're going to put our our quotations here, and we're going to hit select. What the select function is going to do, you don't hit select, you actually type select, I apologize. You type select, and what that's going to do is tell them that there is going to be a formula coming to select certain things when you sign up for that Saturday 4 o'clock service. So what we're going to do is select A through H. Now why are we selecting A through H? Because on the master sheet, A through H is all the information that's important to us. It's our first name, our last name, our phone, email, etc. Everything that we need for to be transferred over to the Saturday at 4 o'clock service tab so we can keep track of all those things. So again, if your columns look different or if you want to add some information or take away some information, all you have to do is delete a certain column out of there. So if I took the B column out of there, you can see the last name disappears out of there. So it's something very simple like that. So what we do from here is after that we put all of our information there, all the stuff we want to keep tabulated, and then we're going to put where E. Now why are we going to put where E? This is starting to tell it, the formula, where to select the information from, where it's going to be coming from. And if we go back over here to our master list, we see column E is our service time. So I hope you can start to see where we're going with this. So column E is our service time. So we're telling this formula to select this data when this column says this certain thing for service time. So we go back here, we put an equal sign, we put our quotation mark, put Saturday, October 27th, 4 p.m. Then we close up that formula by the two quotations, comma, 1, close parentheses, and then once you hit enter on that bad boy, you are absolutely good to go, and you're going to see that data automatically pop up. So the whole point of this formula is that we can automatically get the data from the master list. When someone signs up for that Saturday 4 o'clock service, we don't have to copy and paste that and search for that information. It's automatically going to go to that tab. So our people who are going to do some check-in have that information there really quick, and we can get numbers and just do projections on how quick we need to get people out of the pool, etc. Now, the thing I will keep in mind here is when we go to our other services, you can see we have different tabs for Saturday, Sunday, all the different services here. The reason we have that, of course, is because we want to keep track of all the services. And what we need to do to the formula to keep track of a different service is very simple. You can copy and paste the formula that we made at Saturday at 4 o'clock, and you can move it over to the 5 o'clock. Everything's going to stay the same except the service time right here in the quotations. Obviously, you want to select when it says Saturday at 5:30 instead of Saturday at 4 o'clock because that's the service we're going for. So just make that change, hit enter, and you'll start to see all this pop up. And there's no names here because no one signed up for it. Same thing for Sunday. The only thing you're going to have to change here, you'll change a few other things. You'll make it Sunday, October 28th. 8:30 a.m. and then you'll hit enter and you'll be good to go. Just to show you that this works, we're going to go ahead and change our time on our master list to Saturday, October 27th at 5:30 p.m. and let's see the change. As you can see, Saturday at 4 o'clock, it went away because I am no longer signed up for that. But Saturday at 5 o'clock has my name there, which is great. So it's very easy to change people's names. And as you can see, all of that will be completely automated. So when someone signs up now, they will put, when they select their service time, not only will it go to your master list, but it automatically gets sent to your other tabs. So when multiple people are signing up right before baptism is, you can have an automated way to keep track of that, and it'll make your time a lot less to navigate through all of this. The last thing I'm going to show you is what we have here is our confirm tab. We like to keep track of how many people are confirmed, besides confirmed and not just signed up, because we know that number can be different and people can drop out. So once our baptism coordinator confirms that they are coming, they're going to go to our master list. And what we use here, we use this little green check mark here. We like it. It seems to work for us. You can put anything in there. You can put an X. You can put whatever that may be, so you can show that that person is confirmed. So as you can see, I went ahead and confirmed myself here. I want to show you what this does. What this does is it changes the number that we had from 0 to 1, and also our Saturday at 5:30 from 0 to 1. Now let me show you how to do that and why we do that. So first of all, how to do that is total confirmed, as you can set it up just like I set it up here, total confirmed, and then the different services confirmed. You're going to go here in this column B right next to where you have your text for total confirmed, and you're going to put this formula in there. It's a COUNTIF formula. It's very simple. Basically what a COUNTIF formula does is it counts something if it has a certain thing in the column. So for us, it's counting the check mark if it's in a column. So you put COUNTIF, you're going to go ahead and put your parentheses in there, and then you're going to go ahead and put master again, because again, that's the tab where we get all the information from our master sheet. And then you're going to select your range, and the reason we're putting H2 to H239, or however far you want to go, if you go to your master list, you see in column H is where we're keeping track of confirmed. So again, if you have confirmed in column F, you're going to go ahead and change H to F just so it can read it properly. Then you're going to go ahead and put a comma in there, you're going to put quotation marks, and whatever you use, if it's that green question mark, if it's an X, if it's a Y, whatever that is, you're going to put that between the quotation marks. And what that's going to do is every time that green quotation mark or that green check mark is put next to that person's name as confirmed, it's going to keep a running tab of them. So, and then you get your total amount of confirmed. But I know a lot of you like to keep your confirms for all the different services, and we can do that too. As you can see, the Saturday at 5:30 has one because that was the service time I confirmed for. But also these Saturday at 4, Sunday at 8:30, and Sunday at 10 have this 0 because, again, they have another formula in there. And as you can see, the formula we did here is a slightly bit different. It's a count-if formula, so you're going to do the same thing, count-if, parentheses, but this time you're going to go ahead and put the single quotation mark here, and you're going to type in the name of the tab of the service that you're trying to get the data from. So for this one, obviously it's Saturday at 4:30 that we're looking for. So we put Saturday at 4 o'clock. We put the other single quotation mark there. Then we select our range. As you can see, why we pick K is because that is where our confirm column is for our Saturday at 4 o'clock. So we put K, 2 to 23. It can be a little longer than that, just to give you enough to count all of them. Then you put the comma and then the quotation marks. You put the mark that you're using to have people show that they're confirmed. For us, it's that green quotation mark. So as you can see, each one I've changed in there. So if it's the Saturday at 5:30, you're going to go ahead and change this part right here where it asks which sheet to take the data from to Saturday at 5:30 instead of Saturday at 4 o'clock. The same thing for Sunday at 8:30, same thing for 10 o'clock, and same for the rest of these. So why do we do that? This gives you an up-to-date picture of how many people have confirmed for the event. Meaning you can just very easily just schedule extra volunteers at this place, etc., etc. And this whole system we found has made it very easy for our baptism coordinator who follows up and does all of the back end part of getting people to the event, made it so much easier for her to manage because you're not having to copy and paste things, you're not having to just use different things to find who's signed up for which service. It automatically does it, so anytime someone signs up for a service, it's going to show up, go through the system, go to the exact tab, and once they're confirmed, it's going to keep you count. I hope this was extremely helpful for you guys. Have a great day.